Dollywood. Dollywood. Turkeys love Dollywood. I'm having a cup of Swiss Miss cocoa that was given to me by my mother in my stocking. It is a bright and sunshiny Monday morning. First Monday of 2026. Good morning. Glad you're here. We switched hands, friends. Oh, day 5 of the hostage situation. I have switched to vapes. We're still cigarette mom. We're just now the left-handed cigarette mom. We're changing hands in the new year. Hi, darling. My husband is busy getting the porch and the chickens up and at him this morning. It's the first sunny day we've had, and poor things, they haven't filled up their duck pond. So we have some news in the new year. First of all, 77 days. I know because I counted. 77 days since the last No Kings rally. It took 77 days from y'all to go from No Kings to free Maduro. That's hilarious to me. Maduro, whatever. Manjaro. Not it. So, just so you know, we overtook the Venezuelan government in less than 4 hours without one single American life lost. We now have the world's largest oil reserve in the trillions, thanks Venezuela. And we're providing free Starlink internet to them through February the 3rd, so thanks Elon. So, Trump's basically said, fuck around and find out real quick. And I'm quoting, not cussing. He said FAFO to Mexico, Cuba, and Colombia, and he's hinted that he's going to go to Cuba next because those people deserve to be free as well. And if you're paying any attention to the Monroe Doctrine, we all knew this was coming about 6 months ago because the whole reason that all the election fraud all over the world has been happening is because of the machines that are coming out of Venezuela. And then Venezuela didn't stick to their own election results, and then a drug cartel president just took over. So, you know, speaking of dictators, took y'all 77 days to go from No Kings to can't believe that you've arrested a dictator. Oh, no. Here by motorcade, New York City, they're putting him in a high security facility like they did Epstein, so let's see how that works out. So, are you paying attention to the birdie? Because this is a huge diversion for what's actually happening in the world. But just so you know, better to be abreast of the situation. So, anyway. Let's see. The former administration, just in case you didn't know this, they increased the bounty on Maduro's head to $25 million. So I don't know if Trump's going to take that or if we'll just divvy it among the people that went down there and took care of it. We captured him and his wife. Pay attention to the terminology there. We didn't arrest. We didn't detain. We didn't kidnap. We captured. Like a Pokemon. We captured him. The only reason we didn't kill him on sight is for interrogation. So pay attention to what's coming out on the news. Maybe not NBC because they're so broke that they can't send Jenna to the Olympics. And they're finally reporting on the Somalian fraud that's been going on for about 6 months. Also on Craigslist this week in Minneapolis, Minnesota is the plea for child actors at $1,500 a day. Pretty funny. The Minnesota Craigslist did seek child actors. It's still up this morning for a daycare site where funding was cruelly ripped away without cause. It's $1,500 a day. So if you're a child actor and you're looking to make a quick buck, head on up to Minneapolis because they're really looking for some help after that Somali fraud went haywire. Trump did release the data of all migrants that are on welfare right now, and in the top 3 is Somalia. And of the Somalian immigrants that are here in our country, 72% of them are on welfare. So I just want to let you know that. Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, has now dropped out of the governor's race for next year, even though his public image was bolstered by running with Kamala Harris. I think that he's probably going to have to figure out where all that money went real quick because this happened under his watch and in his state. And they probably think you might not need to be in charge of nothing no more. You know, once you bounce a couple checks, you don't let them write none. It's like giving Lindsay Lohan the keys to the minibar and saying, well, do your best, you know. So, all right. Today, New York City subway fares have increased to $3, which contradicts directly the new Mayor Mondani's pledge that you would have free transit. So, now it's $3, the highest it's ever been. So much for the socialists telling you the truth. Also, in other news today, Tim Burchett, representative, wants Elon Musk to take Doge back over. He's like, don't we need to start that back up because we found like a lot more fraud and the IRS is in trouble and Dan Bongino has stepped down from the FBI, and like just a lot of just crazy pieces moving right now. So maybe Elon needs to step back in. But I do know that Elon had supper with Trump the other night at Mar-a-Lago and has vowed to be all in for the midterms. So I guess Daddy Trump and old Uncle Elon have made up. So there's that. Trump is ending the automatic green cards to migrants marrying U.S. citizens. That really would have changed things during the Vietnam War. But so now you have to earn it. You have to get in line. You have to take the test. You have to study for it. You can't just marry into the family. Fair enough. Now you know, heard it here first. A lot of y'all are worried about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and, you know, I'm giving it nicotine one puff at a time. But let me tell you, friends, from your fairy godmother over here, a soft life is made by hard choices. So if you want to be able to clock into your own account and be your own boss, you're going to have to make some hard decisions. If you want to have a house that's peaceful and simplistic and that you know where everything is and it's clean 90% of the time, you're going to have to make some hard decisions. Go through and decide what you have out of guilt, what you have out of joy, and what's actually functional in your perimeter. Just as the new year goes about. Take stock of what you got, let go of what you don't need. Moving on, J.D. Vance's personal residence in Cincinnati was broken into over the weekend by a complete psychopath. Thank goodness that the vice president had left earlier in the day, but his personal residence there in Cincinnati, Ohio, was broken into by an intruder. So the FBI announced that they thwarted a New Year's attack in North Carolina by a Burger King employee. Speaking of North Carolina, the first time in history, they have flipped red. There's more registered Republicans in the state of North Carolina than there are Democrats for the first time in history. Lots changing in the world, friends. I hope that you're keeping up and taking notes. NBC finally covers the Somali fraud that's been going on in Minnesota. It took them long enough. And they've been in a lot of lawsuits here lately. And then Jenna Hagar announced this morning that she can't go to the Olympics because they're plumb out of money. So that was a fun, awkward moment where everybody tried to laugh it off. So what else do we have here? I made myself a list. Starlink is free in Venezuela. We covered. Elon and Trump made up. We covered. Tim Walz is dropping out of the Minnesota race. We covered. There's a warning to Mexico, Cuba, and Colombia that they're next. Yeah. I think that catches us up on the first Monday of 2026. In the meantime, I'm looking at thinning my herd a little bit. So if anybody's looking for some laying hens or a good rooster, let me know because I will be downsizing the flock in 2026. We're also going to be doing outfits of the day. So today's outfit is layered. I had to go into town to pay some bills. So, and I don't know if I can show you my foot from here, but I'm going to try. I have on sparkly boots. I don't want to stand up. So, anyway, day 5 of me trying to give up smoking, so pray for me. My mother worried about me yesterday because in my fan club, my husband said, let's lift up Sarah Beth today. And just because I was having kind of a rough weekend, I've been working for 2 solid weeks, and now I had to have like a couple days of just like cry in the bathtub and eat some ice cream. But my mother was really concerned. She thought maybe something was real bad wrong with me. No, I was just having an off day. So thank you for all the words of encouragement for lifting me up in prayer. Talk about Erica Kirk. I don't really want to. I do know that my kidney stone lasted longer than she was in mourning, but you know, to each their own. Some people bounce back quicker than others, and who am I to judge? That's all I know. It is a balmy 41 degrees in Taze Valley area, West Virginia this morning. The sun is shining. There's not a cloud in the sky, but there's a couple chemtrails, so welcome to 2026. Thank you. I got these boots at Cato's the other day. They was on sale for $35. They had been $75, so I was pretty excited about it. Somebody made me into a kitty cat. Amen. So, that's pretty much all I know for today. If you came to the shows this last week in Huntington, West Virginia, we thank you kindly. Appreciate all the new followers. Appreciate all the new fans. And it's so good to see you guys out in public. I was somewhere the other day in Proctorville, Ohio, and somebody goes, hey, there's Cigarette Mom. I was like, hey, so it is. So, we hang out. I know I'm stubborn enough to do anything, and Spite is an awfully good motivator. If you haven't had a chance to go over and peruse some of my music, get on all the streaming platforms. I encourage you to do so. I've got some new music coming out this year. The new song with me and Gretchen will be going into the studio so that you can download it. But in the meantime, it's available on my social media and hers. It's a new one called New Boots. Inspired by her, written by me. And we got together before Christmas and put it out there. So I hope that you like it and share it with your friends. I do have on the Trunchbull belt. Listen, I ain't hate nobody. I don't pick up kids by their ponytails, so don't worry about it. I have a lame duck that's got a bad leg, but she is currently flopping around in the bathtub. So I think she's going to be all right. The turkey fell on her and it broke her leg. But I'm not going to get rid of her, you know. I just have a lame duck. She don't have a name. I might name her Nancy. That's a throwback to Nancy Kerrigan when she got the bum leg. So, I'm stronger than a backer stick, son. You don't even know. Pepper and shoe leather. Today, my plans include going to the Walmart. I'm out of toothpaste and toilet paper. Not out that I couldn't brush my teeth or wipe my tail, but enough to where it was concerning if the next trip comes about. So, if you're going on a New Year's resolution kick, remember to take stock of the things that you accomplished in the past years, not to get overwhelmed by new goals. Take it one day, 1 week, 1 month at a time. You can only eat an elephant 1 bite at a time. I know a lot of us get discouraged by the 3rd week of January and throw our running shoes away and eat a whole gallon of ice cream. Don't do it. Get closer to God. Get closer to your spouse. Get closer to your children. Love your neighbors. Love yourself. Take care of your animals. Keep a warm blanket in the car in case you see one that needs one. So, you know, just be a decent human. I know that's hard for some people, but if you can, give it a whirl. Shall we do the theme song this morning, since there's so many new people? Giving credit where credit is due. My brother wrote this song about 10 years ago. He's a fantastic musician and accomplished teacher down in DeRidder, Louisiana. So please check out his page, Nellie and Dylan, as far as Front Porch Picking, for their teaching studio. But he wrote this, and it's called Like This. And if you want to sing along at home, we encourage you to share. Hello. All right, here we go. Yes. It's okay to not like things. It's okay, but don't be a dick about it. It's okay to not like things. Everybody, don't be a dick about the things you don't like. It's a simple message, but I think that it's pertinent in today's state. My shows were fantastic, sold out wall to wall. Sold a bunch of eggs, sold a bunch of shirts, sold a bunch of posters. So glad you came out. Now that you're following me, well, I'll make sure that it's worth it. How about that? Thank you for liking New Boots. I figured that was the celebration. I went and bought me some new boots since the song was called New Boots. Maybe it's a good look term. I'm trying to be a little more intentional with my direction this next year. So, a lot of things happening in my world. I have to get on the road in the next couple weeks and finish out some production needs. And we're going to be in Bellington, West Virginia, up near Elkins, the end of the month. We also have some shows coming up in Huntington, and we got one coming up in Campton sometime in the springtime. So, anyway, if you want us to come play where you are, that information to contact us is available on SarahBethTerry.com. Remember, Sarah's with an H, like the good Lord in the Bible intended. A lot of y'all are worried about me because I talk so fast and I'm not on anything that inquires that. I actually smoke marijuana as to slow my pace down, so could you imagine if I didn't? Maybe some of y'all just need to listen faster. No offense. Well, that's all I know from this side of the mountain this morning. It's almost 11 a.m. Within about 30 seconds, I'm going to get off here and wash the dishes, put another load of laundry in, and feed these chickens before they go into an anemia. And try to get out there and spread some good love and some good vibes today. So if you see me out and about, wave and say hello. Don't be a stranger. So that's all I know. In the meantime, friends, keep your Bibles open and your powder dry and your head on a swivel because people are acting crazy these days. Always be nice to animals, children, and old people. Keep a warm blanket or a coat with you in case you see someone that needs it this cold season. As always, friends, please remember, perhaps the most important of all, I'm Sarah Beth Terry, and you're not. Bye.